Hey everybody, I'm Yvonne Williams with Back to Earth Creations, and in this video I am horribly ill prepared for the upcoming Kansas City Comic-Con. So I get to, I don't know, like kind of freak out and get started working for that. So, oh Randy, thank you. May I have a kiss?
No.
What?
I had to make you a cupcake.
Oh hey Cupcakes, hey Tanya. How's it going guys? Hey Penny. So I'm doing a few administrative things real quick. But hey Helen. Trying to get just a few things put together. Hey Kaz, hey Dione. So I'm going to be doing some leatherworking in the video today.
You know what?
What's up?
We never did go by the post office.
No, we didn't.
You're really bad about that.
We are really bad about that. Hey Muggsy, hey Lynn, hey Jenny, hey Christine, hey Jeanne, hey Melissa, hey Oak. Okay, I've just got to get something typed in real quick. What was I gonna say?
What was you going to say?
How do you spell preparing? P-R-E-P? P? No, one P. Sorry. Hey Michael, hey Brett, hey Rhea. Yeah, we're preparing for the Kansas. If my computer would type, it does this thing where like I'll type and it'll like get hung up and then it'll put all my words out as a jumble. The Kansas City Comic Con.
Convention.
No, that's what convention is. Con is convention.
Yeah, you should just spell it convention.
I like con better.
Wow.
Don't tell me what to do. Just spew out letters and miss some, right? Hey, Lynn. Hey, Victoria. Finally getting to sit in on the live feed. Right on. Oh, well, thank you, Nico. Brett says hey to you too, Randy.
What's up, Brett?
Randy says, what's up, Brett? I'm in bed and wait for a new video from you. I'm from Sweden. Hey, man. Okay, I think, yeah, that's everything. Click, save changes. Boop, boop. Okay, no, you lie. And now I gotta go to the live control room. Okay. Tara says, hey, Vaughn, so excited. We have 2 conventions booked for next year so far. Thanks to, wow. Well, hey, thanks to me. I don't know. I didn't put in the hard work you did.
Hey, Mom.
Hey, Randy. Are you just gonna do that all day?
All day.
Oh, God. Yeah, and the little Z-tail. That's right. Hey, honey.
He goes, give me your coffee.
Hey, man. Hey, Carol. Hey, man. Hey, man. Niet. It's mine. That's my whipped cream. Oh, you naughty dog. Okay, getting the computer out of the way. Propping it precariously on a pile of crap. That looks good.
For tradition.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, what are we making today? We are going to be doing the dye job. No! On a couple of different pauldrons. Because I desperately need inventory for this weekend. Hey, Corinne! Oh my god, that coffee's so good. So good. Lifeblood. I'll be right back. I gotta grab something off of the porch. Hey, Randy, do not let that dog eat my coffee.
I cannot promise anything.
Get away from my coffee. Okay. I tricked them into following me. Okay, so this is what I made earlier today. I'm a deer.
Oh, dear.
Do you like how I did the little white in there, Randy?
Oh, dear.
Did you see? Do you like that? What do you like about
it?
it? Hey, Shelly. Oh, thanks, Penny. I'm glad you like it. I'm not sure what I think of it yet. Well, the white's not completely dry, so now it has a fingerprint in it. But yeah, just nail polish. I don't know. I thought it'd be cool to try to do something. Hey, Valerie. So, but yeah, you can see the underside. And these are like from the Spirit Halloween store. Super, like, lightweight. You can see, like, you can bend them. You can smush them. Like, it's just... So this is something that I'm going to be making a few more of, and the template for this will be going up onto the $10 plus Facebook group. I can flop people with them, right? Well, I mean, especially for more delicate antlers like this, you don't want an antler, you know, breaking off. If you don't want to compost, so you called third use leather, I know something I've been making for that would be great for that. Ooh, what's that? Go poke Randy LOL. I can't reach him. Hey Randy, can you poke yourself for me?
No.
Please? Will you poke yourself for Penny? You know I'm gonna get oh, I'm so jealous. He poked himself. Oh, this is petty stuff. I need to get out more. So that's one thing that we did today. I need to go ahead and put the elastic on that though, and then I can actually probably just wear it. But I'm gonna stop messing with it until the bubbles stop coming out. Oh, well, thank you, Melissa. Oh, poke them with the antlers. No, I'm going to let the nail polish that I did in the setting dry the rest of the way first. So, you haven't missed a whole lot, Twisted. We just got started. Like, we're literally like 7 minutes in.
You haven't even drank any of your coffee.
I drank a bit of my coffee. Did you not hear me grunting and stuff? I really liked it. Okay, I'm turning the camera around, because today I'm getting right to work. We have so much preparation to do before Kansas City. We're rolling out on Thursday, and we are horribly, I think I already said this, but horribly ill-prepared. As per tradition, Randy says, which I mean is pretty fair. Like, we're never prepared for conventions, not for 10 years. So these are the pieces that I'm going to be staining today. And I figure we can do a bit of Q&A while we hang out. No telling what we might end up doing. Getting out a piece of my freezer paper. Boop. I seriously get so excited when you go live while I'm working. You make me want to get even more work done than normal. Bless your work ethic and bubbly personality. Oh, that's nice. I'm really glad. Your laser, Samantha. Oh, Samantha said our laser came in this weekend. I'm guessing for laser etching or for defeating your enemies.
Freaking lasers.
Just got freaking lasers, bruh. Okay, so I'm getting a pair of gloves. There's one glove. There's two gloves. I'm getting some paper towels. Because that's something I'm trying to work on. Darn it, why am I short? Okay. You mind me of trolls, that purple troll boob? What? Oh, for etching and cutting. I like to break my nails clicking on YouTube. Morning, Rebecca. Okay. Ooh, right on. Valeria says, I finally got my basic video series started on my channel, Vaughn. I linked your channel because your channel page to it since, well, oh, right on. Need me some TLC. Right on. I got you guys. Ouch. So just complimentary. So what I'm using today is the black colored antique, Jelly Antique Eco Flow in black. So does it look like the name about me is a chicken walked on the screen? Right? A little bit. So before I get my hands all dirty, I'm going to pull off, hey Lori, you didn't miss a whole lot. We're just getting started. I made an antler headdress that I'm going to be making more of today. I'm basically trying my best to pop out a whole bunch of inventory before the convention this weekend. And we have a convention this weekend, and then we have another convention next weekend. So I'm like, eeka, pretty pretty startled right now. I'm so startled. I'm so startled. So startled. Right now. Hey Melissa, how are you doing? What's that, Carol? Did you forget to use your leving material that you polish, whether you're going to do that later? And where do you get the father shot? I'm not sure what you're saying, Carol. Like, I think autocorrect might be, messing with you. Oh, holiday deep cleaning. So I make it a point to go to other people's house for the holidays. Mm-hmm. It is now. I love that we're getting to see you live stream leatherwork. Right on. Well, it's in Kansas City, there are quite a few chain mailers and scale mailers. And I usually don't let what other people are making, like, sway what it is that I'm doing, because it's like, you know, while I'm in Kansas City one weekend, I'm going to be in Memphis the next. And so it's, you know, you got to stick true to what you're doing and kind of focus on that. Oh my lord. Where did that spider just come from? Did I hallucinate? Ah! Randy, help! There's a spider and it's like albino. It's a freshly molted brown recluse. Okay, I got it. I need help. Randy!
I can't help.
No, I know. Can you, like, come give me snuggles in, like, 20 minutes when your game is over?
Maybe.
Gosh, was it on me? Was it in my coffee?
Was it?
Sorry. Sorry, guys. Okay, back to professional, not freaking out, killing spiders mode. That'll get the blood flowing. Good lord. Oh, nature, stay out of my house for like a minute. Vaughn, when you started on redoing your craft room, what was the most important thing to change or add to make your room work better for you? Intentional organization was the main thing that I wanted to focus on, like having stations, like a wire wrapping station and a leather station. And I knew that with a lot of the stuff that I do, like there's a lot of, it's just a tiny spider. Yeah, until it tries to lay eggs in my belly. Like, no, it's mostly the startle reaction, and it was a brown recluse. They look that way whenever they freshly molt. And yeah, it's they inject a digestive enzyme into their bites, and so they're pretty nasty. I've been bitten enough times that I have a very healthy fear, probably overly fear of brown recluses. So I'm like, I don't mess with those. Which is weird, because I actually have, like, anytime I see a jumping spider, you know, I get them out of the main foot traffic area. I usually go put them over in one of my plants. You know, so not all spiders freak me out equally. What were we talking about? Wow, what a way to start the live stream. Yeah, and that sometimes with the brown recluses, you'll see one that looks like a dead one, but it's just like a shell. You know, because a dead spider curls its legs up. You know, but you'll see like a shell of a spider just kind of like laying there. That's actually it's kind of like the way crabs and lobsters and stuff do, or even snakes. As they grow, they'll shed their exoskeleton kind of thing. And, yeah. Hey, Juggles. Sorry, that completely reset my brain. So, where are we? What are we doing? Oh, it was just running. Oh, it scared me. Seriously consider torching the place now. I mean, really, I back up at least once a week, right? But, yeah, leatherworking. Nope. Still don't remember what we were talking about. I did, and it was a brown recluse. I killed it with the end of my hole punch. What?
With the end of my hole punch?
No, well, the blunt end. The hammering end of the hole punch.
Nails off, I stab it.
It is actually. It's stuck up. The dead spider. I'll put it in the trash. There it goes. Okay. Oh, its guts are still on there. Oh, nasty little bugger. She textured him, right? oh boy. So yeah, leatherworking is actually. Randy and I have been talking about it. I'm thinking about working in conjunction with Tandy Leather and giving away, because since I have a business account with them, I'm able to get the kits for a little bit less expensive than what you can get like just as a regular, retail like person just buying it. So I was thinking about doing giveaways of leatherworking kits, and I didn't know. Spider feels a bit hammered. Oh my god, Brett. Right? Well, I mean, and with it being winter coming up here too, like, I mean, it's definitely, we've had a couple of like hard frosts. So, animals or bugs especially are looking for places to, tough it out for the winter. And apparently my house is warm enough and full of holes enough that every stinking cricket on the planet is coming into the house, which my cat is having a heyday. Just, it's actually gotten to the point that she no longer chases them. She just kind of sits there and lazily watches them walk by her. And I'm like, some hunter you are. You're a little too well fed of a hunter, I think. Yeah. And an aged house that probably has generations of spiders, that their ancestors have lived here longer than I have.
I've got ancestors that came in on the last load of luggage.
Yeah. But a lot of leatherworking is just kind of picking a project and doing it. What gets overwhelming for me is all the different tools. Like, what do I really need to, accomplish a project? And something that can be, oh, I love dogs, Melissa. Something that can be very confusing, too, is that there are some things that in leatherworking, sometimes you just have to pay $8 and get that tool that is absolutely perfect for that job. But, you make the investment once, because for the most part, leatherworking tools are, like, seriously durable. And so that's why I'm kind of starting to do, that was way too much, starting to do a introduction to leatherworking. The corset I bought only had one side dyed. Honestly, for corsets, that's the way I usually go about it. This is a pauldron. It's going to be going over the shoulder on top of clothing. With a corset, there's a lot more potential for sweat or possibly being worn against bare flesh. And people typically aren't going to really see the underside of it. Whereas with the way that these pauldrons lay, the underside is really, is highly visible. And so I like to give it a nice finished back. It's like the difference between lining the end of a bell sleeve as opposed to lining a pair of pants. Like, the inside of the pants aren't going to be nearly as visible as the sleeve. What's Nightbot doing? Yeah, speaking of which, Nightbot just shared my Patreon link. The template for these pauldrons will be available for our $10 and up patrons for digital downloads that you can download it and use it for whatever you like. I highly encourage folks, if you made something with our templates, go ahead and sell it. Post it on your Etsy, take it to your shop. It's you made it. So, but the only thing I ask is that if people ask you, oh wow, how'd you make this? To just kind of pay it forward and, redirect them to the resources that you used. you know, can kind of spread the artisan education that way. Hey Ellie, how's it going? And this stain that I'm using here, this is actually the black gel antique. So you can really see the, doesn't really end up being very black. No, it's just water in a bottle with my little Tamama, I don't know, thing on it. But the EcoFlow dyes are water-based, which makes cleanup super easy. No, like, offensive fumes or anything like that. Vaughn, I'm curious, but when you see a craft or decide to do a craft from scratch, do you see the design and sort of put it together / take it apart in your head first, like automatically get the design? That's a really good question, Nicole. Do what, Randy? Yeah, I try, and years of, you know, Randy and I have been doing this for about 10 years now. 9. It'll be, in 2008 was whenever we quit our day jobs and went full-time on the road. But, we had been doing some craft shows and stuff prior to that. So yeah, I guess 10 years. And it's gotten a lot easier for me now to look at a pattern or to see a design and kind of pick it apart and figure out how I would go about it because I have all that experience under my belt. So that's how that came out. Oh yeah. Have I played with Pebco paint? I haven't. What are you making? Hey, Spanish dude. I am making a set of pauldrons. And I had tooled these, you guys might recognize them from one of my other videos. I had tooled these, you know, prior. They were nice and dry, and so I'm using the antique gel to kind of go on there and give it a really nice finished look. Thanks, Ellie. I love the Celtic look of stuff, Raven, because it's like it could go with Ren Fair gear. It could go with Elvish gear. I mean, it's kind of a little generic, like not something very, very specific, like, you know, Viking or Elvish knotwork. But it's pretty. So there's one pair. And I'm actually making these to match the headdresses we had done the other day. So I'm going... Yeah, baby. I'm going to be painting or staining the bases of them and then doing the painting to get them to match. So I'm going to set these aside to let them dry. Next batch. Maybe Santa will bring you some. You'll have a ball. Ooh. Santa's been too kind already this year. So now for the next one. So again, gel antique behaves. Oh, Nicole says, Vaughn, when your designs come to you, do you see them / assemble them in your head first? People ask me how I can look at something and know how it's made. I don't know, it just happens. I can't be the only one. I definitely can kind of break a piece down and kind of like assemble it, but sometimes it happens easier in your head than it does in reality. Hey Sam, hey Christy. Hey Juggles, I'm making pauldrons. Here, I can show you guys before it gets messy.
I'm reading the difficulty.
I don't want to get fingerprints all over everything. So these are going to be pauldrons. They're actually shoulder armor. So these are still stiff and flat right now, but it'll be nice and curved. And it'll just sit on a person's shoulder and have like straps that come across. And I'm going to be making more later today that are going to be multiple tier. So, because I'm trying to make like various price points, because some people will only be able to afford one tier, but then some people are going to be like, no, I want it to have like, you know, 2 or 3 tiers. And that way you can get a more elaborate, Ria asks, hey Vaughn, do you know if everything is okay with Mikio? As far as I'm aware, Mikio is pretty good. She's quite busy with all of her auctions and stuff that she does, and I have to accept that I am not the center of all of my friends' universe, so it's okay when, like, I don't mind whenever they miss. I mean, I miss them, but she's got a very busy life going on, so I'm sure, you know, but if any of y'all have heard differently, just let me know. All the construction noise over the summer next door was Santa. Right on. Well, thanks, Melissa. I'm glad you like to watch my channel. I'm going to get this flipped back around. Doop. And keep staining. But the difference between the gel antiques and regular stain, regular stain kind of goes on the way like a watercolor or something would. Like, it's very watery and kind of, you know, comes around. Whereas the gel antique, and you can see this one's actually a very runny. The black is much runnier than a lot of the browns. You can see it's coming out. It's like a very thick acrylic texture. I mean, it's not at all acrylic paint, but that's just the closest thing I can compare it to. But it has a very waxy pigment in it that will settle down into all of these crevices and tooling and textures that we've done. And so a lot of people apply it with like a piece of a sheep's wool or a sponge or something, but I really like just using gloves because it lets me have a lot more control, I feel, about where I'm distributing it to. And it also, the excess, all of this that's on my hand would have been just lost into the sponge. But instead of losing it into the sponge, I can take it and redistribute it and kind of like squeegee it around. It soaks in relatively quickly, but it'll stay on the surface for a while. Like you can see, I'm holding it like that. It's not running. It's not running. So it's quite viscous, I guess would be the term. And I use it for edge finishing. I mean, everything. It's really nice. I'm going to go ahead and flip it over. This is another reason why I go ahead and stain the back, is because I'm messy and get fingerprints everywhere. So now, whenever it does come to antique gel, I would recommend being way more liberal as opposed to stingy. Because if you're too stingy, you won't get an even stain. Whereas if you're being quite generous with it, you know, it'll come out a lot nicer. Okay, so now it's time, because now from here, now I'm going to wipe my hands off. Melissa says, when is your birthday, Vaughn? August 6th is my birthday, and I'll actually be 30 years old in 2018, which I think is pretty neat. Does it have a metallic look? Not particularly. That's mostly just the my lighting reflecting off of it. But then I take it and you can buff the surface. I put a little bit of water onto a paper towel. And you want to keep using fresh sides of the paper towel because you know, if it gets dirty, then you just start smearing around the same stuff, whereas we actually want to be lifting off the extra pigment. And so you can see, I mean, and this is, antique gel is probably, or gel antique, however, I say them interchangeably, is probably the easiest way to get really cool effects. Hey, Shelly, I am a Leo. Rawr. Well, happy birthday, Raven. But yeah, the antique gels are by far my favorite way of getting a really cool effect with very little work. Because, I mean, look at how cool that came out. And then, if you have a spot like right here, I had messed up, and come through and just scoop out the gel. I'm just going to set this down to keep it from getting itself re-dirty again. And I do want to buff in the back because you can kind of burnish. Oh, Mary says it comes across the screen as old metal. I can see that with the lighting and stuff. I'm going to need a fresh towel. Well, fancy that. I got a fresh towel right here. And now, once this has dried, I'm still going to go through and do a protective seal with Aussie wax, and then also acrylic resin, just to, you know, make it very, very durable. And you can take these gel antiques and do the antiquing, and then go over and do a process called blocking, which is kind of like get similar effects to dry brushing, but a little bit more accurate, to catch just all the high points. And that way, if you wanted to do like a blue or purple or green tinge to this. Randy Ann says, for the Alliance. Like World of Warcraft. Oh, he's playing with George. I don't even think he can hear me.
Oh, what a jerk.
Nope. Yeah, he's nighttime snacking with Bond live streams.
This is the first time we're trying out this this brand new thing.
Uh-huh.
So we don't know anything about it. And this guy's like, you don't know what you're doing, surrender. And I was like, no, because we'll never know what we're doing. We don't secret. So
Right.
George and I both died. This guy doesn't help us with the fight whatsoever. And instead of
Really?
fighting, he just jumps off the edge so that he doesn't have to worry about trying to surrender.
Amy says, I like to look at your work, and I like to hear about your different techniques. I learned so much from you. Here in Sweden, it's bedtime now. Right on. But yeah, in a lot of these same techniques, I use this this technique that I'm using here with the antique gel. I use this with acrylic paint on my polymer clay. You know, so it's, again, it's that same concept of antiquing, letting something dark settle into all the crevices as though kind of gunk and grime and, you know, dirt and stuff has built up over the years. It just gets that kind of same look, but immediately. And with this gel, it's no more smelly than like acrylic paint, and not like milk acrylic paints, but like just regular, you know, like I was about to be like, here, sniff, and it's like, no, that doesn't, nope. This internet does not work like that. But it's enough that I don't notice it. Like, I've got a fancy smelling candle burning over in the corner, and I smell that more than I smell the stuff that's right in front of me. It's a very fancy candle. And also another reason why I like gloves better than sponges is because these gloves do not deteriorate. Whereas sponges can start to, like, I don't know, leave like little chunks of themselves. They leave more of them in my work than I would like for them to. Oop. And it's also, antique gel's a very, very messy thing. I'm sure there's tidy ways of doing it, but those are beyond me. Okay, and so after this, we'll have one more pair to stain. No, not like nail polish at all, Anne. Okay, using this to dry my hands. Because I kind of like to wipe my gloves off, that way I'm not leaving a bunch of stain everywhere. You know, re-fingerprinting stain onto a freshly buffed area. How much working time do you have to work the gel in? Quite a bit. I mean, and you can rehydrate it pretty well too. It's just, I'm kind of in, not rush mode so much as just, I have today and tomorrow. So yeah, rush mode. Like, this is how I usually work whenever I'm not on camera, doing tutorials or live streams. So I apologize if I'm not seeing comments as much. Randy's got his things that he's doing, so he wasn't able to moderate for me. Yeah, it's my pleasure, Anne. And see, sometimes I'll miss spots. See that right there? It didn't have any. Boop. So I'm just going to take some extra, and I'm just going to gloop it in there. Well, maybe a little bit out of the bottle. Stuffies says, "Hey Vaughn, it makes me feel better that I'm not the only one in the crunch. I have a Christmas craft fair in 2 weeks. Love your work." Right on. And that's something about this time of year. It's just, I mean, in addition to holiday stress, it's like we've got 2 conventions back to back. Our Etsy sales, like, I can't keep up with keeping things in the store, which is a fantastic problem to have. But I also don't have any new inventory because I've been selling it all on Etsy. So I'm like, eep. And then I'm a guest at the next 2 conventions. And I feel like I've sold all of my impressive costuming. And considering I'm there as a media guest and a cosplayer, like, it's like I really need to get some good stuff coming. Because it's like in Kansas City, we're actually for the first time going to be over in the guest cosplayer area. So I'm going to be standing next to, like, actual professional cosplayers, and I'm like, I need to, like, you know, look like I'm not out of place there. So I kind of want to bring my A game. That way I can keep up with the big boys kind of stuff. So, yeah, and that's, Brooke says I should be trying to come up with craft ideas for Christmas presents. But I'm sick again. Gosh darn it. Oh, I'm sorry you're sick, Brooke, but it's like, I don't even know what I'm going to do. People are going to get their Christmas presents in February again. Because that's how long it usually takes for us to get our heads on straight. Okay. And so, that's how that looks. Do you make these with foam stuff? No. Shelly, I hope you're trying to be funny. Shelly says, "Are you ready to take custom orders now?" And he's like, "No." No, like, not even maybe? Like, not even close. Hey, Sheila. Oh, I love you guys, but you're giving me a brain aneurysm. It's like, no, because at first I thought you were serious. Yep. It's like, I can give you the concept art for your Christmas present for Christmas. I didn't actually get to make it, but I doodled it, and it's like on a greasy napkin. It's like, Merry Christmas, here you go. Mm-hmm. Oh, well, thanks, Rhea. Mm-hmm. Hey, Derpy, how's it going? Need some of that. Make a black and gold for my Dark Zelda costume. Ooh, right on. So you can see I'm just kind of wiping the excess off of the front and then just using that to fill in the sides. When I got bullied, I was watching your videos, so fun, and you make me happy. Aw, well, I'm sorry you got bullied. It's kind of the way about it, though. It seems like no matter where you go or what age you are, there's always people who want to stand on you to make themselves taller. And the problem with that is that, well, it might work for a little while, you know. Once you get out from under them, they come crashing down again, so they try to go find somebody else to stand on. Cheryl says, "I admire your work. Where do you buy your leather?" I get my leather from Tandy Leather. You can go to their website and put in your zip code and see what stores are close to you, because they've got stores all over, at least the U.S. I think they might have international. I'm not certain. I just know that some leather regulations are different in different countries, so they might not have the same, like, products available. I'm about to start the wire wrapping. Right on. Oh, well, thanks, Juggles. It's my coping mechanism. Like, I am relentlessly optimistic and positive, so even in the face of being like this is me stressed out, guys. Like, I feel like I can't even catch my breath even. I've started having stress dreams. Like, I had a dream last night that we had set up our booth, but it was like, I don't know, like everything was in the wrong spot, like in the building, so nobody knew where the dealer's room was. It was a mess. The only thing I can actually bring myself to do while laying in bed resting, trying to get better, is to write in my book of shadows. I'm not totally unproductive, right? Right? That's a good thing, Brooke. Good thing to do. I really like the texturing on this one. Hey, Deborah. How's it going? Oof. What do y'all see in the ink splotches? Jamie. Thank you. You see a butterfly? I see a brick of Swiss cheese. Ooh, cheese sounds amazing. I'm just always hungry, though. Oh, yeah, I got coffee right here looking at me with its lonely little coffee eye. It's like, why you no drinking me, busy lady? I'm like, I'm sorry, coffee. I'll drink you here in a minute. Yes, I'm having a conversation with my cup of coffee. Stop judging me. Rebel asks, this looks beautiful. How long does it take the antique gel to dry? Oh, I'd give it half an hour. Because see how some of it's starting to buff out? That's no good. I pressed too hard or used too much water. But the good thing is you can always come back through and just slather more of it on. And to keep that from happening too much, I don't know, sometimes, Imelda. Sometimes the coffee talks back. Isn't that a Celtic symbol? And it's beautiful. It is, Jerry. It's kind of a very basic, just Celtic knot. I hate to use the term generic, but it's not from anything specific. It's just the concept of, you know, kind of Moby it a little bit. Third Avenue says, hello, I'm new and am enjoying your channel. I'm Lynn and I'm wire wrapping and about to start basic silversmithing. I enjoy learning from you. Thank you. Well, thank you, Avenue. I do like reading, do you? And I don't forget the coffee. I love to read, but I never have time for it. Like, so Randy and I actually listen to a lot of books on tape while we're driving. And so I realize this does look like bronze, but this is more accurate lighting from this direction. I'm getting too far away. I need to turn you up. Right on. But yeah, this one has a really subtle, just different effects that you can get. I mean, this is all the same antique dye. So you can make very different looking things and just do it all with one purchase. You know, you don't have to get a bunch of different colors of dye every time you want to make something. And last piece of this set. Hey, Horror. Also, sorry, did you read one of my last chats? I had to take my headphones off to get my lunch. Oh, sorry, Derby. I don't think I saw it. What'd you type? Is Azmith in here? Somebody said hello, hidden ticket. Sup, Azmith? Hey, how come you're not living in my house yet, Azmith? I took a box and set it by the stairs up to the attic, and that's as far as I've gotten as far as cleaning your room goes. Like, cleaning it out for you to move in. But I had to empty the box first before I could take it up there. I've been addicted to making dragon eyes and wire wrapping them. Thanks for your tutorials. They really helped. Right on. Well, I'm so glad to be healthy to you, Dirt. Sorry, I feel like I'm being mean to you by saying that, but your name on here is Derpy Pigeon, so I'm not being mean, I promise. Heather asks, hi Yvonne, what are you making today? Well, hey Heather, I am making some leather pauldrons in a desperate attempt to get inventory that makes it look like I'm a professional person for in the booth this weekend at Kansas City Comic Con, where I am a guest actually. So that's why I'm like freaking out a little bit, is we have 2 shows back to back that I'm a guest at, and it's like I haven't made anything since like, I don't know, last time I made something. Like, anything from the booth, that is. So our booth is going to look quite sparse. So we'll see how that goes. Hey, Deborah. I wish I could be there at the con to take your class. Well, I think different folks are going to be live streaming it. We'll kind of see how things go. So you might not get to be there in person, but you might get to be there via the interwebs. How many do you have to make now? This is actually my last one from this batch. And it's enough to... Oh, no. Hey, Randy. My hands are all covered and stuff. Could you rip off a couple of paper towels for me?
It's gonna be a minute.
Oh, okay. Do you mind if I get fingerprints on the paper towel roll? Okay. I normally hate getting fingerprints on the paper towel roll, but honest to goodness, it's probably going to be used up. I made the dents using a tool called a pear shader. It's kind of shaped roughly like that. I wish cosplay was bigger over here. Sad times. Well, it could start with you. You could, start dressing up and going and volunteering at like kids' hospitals and stuff. And I mean, that's the way it got big over here in the U.S. is, enough people were doing it that folks started producing TV shows about it and all sorts of stuff. Like, I really feel strongly if you want your fandom to be bigger, go make it bigger. The power is in you, the fan.
I can hear you now. What's up with that?
George, this reminds me of strawberries. Like little strawberry seeds.
Yeah, I have no idea. You guys want one more?
Thank you, Deborah. I always want strawberries. I kind of want to make like a hardcore medieval strawberry shortcake costume. Like, wouldn't that be adorable? Hey, Caitlin. Not a whole lot. We're just here working on some leather. Kind of rubbing in the back. Well, you see, it's been a long time since I've seen anything strawberry shortcake. It's kind of been usurped by cute anime Lolita girls and My Little Pony stuff. Carol asks, what thickness of leather for the arm cuff that I want to make? Not sure. Also, I can give them your name when I go pick my leather. Yeah, go for it, Carol. And I would honestly recommend, I actually got a tool for this. Let me finish buffing this, and I'll be right over. Steampunk strawberry shortcake, right? Ooh, my pruny glove hands. Where'd that bag go? Well, crap. I had gotten that bag of stuff from Candy Leather. Ah, here it is. And then here it is. Okay, found the tool I was looking for. Hey guys.
Hey man.
Hey man. This is a leather thickness gauge. So in all of these different tutorials that I've been doing, and I'm like, I don't know what ounce it is. Now I can finally let you know what ounce it is. So I'm going to dig out, here's a piece of scrap, so we can take it and push it, and it measures it in millimeters and in ounces. So this one is about 3.2 millimeters or 8 ounces.
What ounce it is?
What ounce it is? So I would recommend around a 2 to 3 millimeter for arm cuffs. I was buying Care Bears and strawberry shortcakes for my daughter. Right, and that's what I grew up with, was like that kind of, like, I remember I used to have like strawberry shortcake underwear. Like, and they were my favorite.
Oh my God, me too.
Oh. Randy. Well, okay, so whenever you go shopping for leather, some places will sell it to you so much per square foot, and the sides will be marked, like this one is this many square feet, but they usually take it, I can unroll it and show you. Everybody's laughing at you in strawberry shortcake underwear.
They're all laughing at me.
Yep.
They're all gonna laugh at me.
That's good stuff. So these, you can see these big rolls of leather behind me. A side of leather This one was scrap leather from the Justin Boot Company. But you can kind of see how it comes, you know, rough edged and stuff. This is a deer hide. So it would be sold more by the square foot, I think. Whereas this piece here, let me undo the fancy bow. So this is how I get my leather, is in big rolls. Because it's most economical. You can get pre-cut smaller pieces, but, and I think I got this one for like $120. But you can see, can I get your assistance, Randy? Since this is a big old piece of leather. This one is a lightweight saddle skirting. I don't know if you can see, but it's quite large. Oh, thank you, Randy. So, and you can really see down here at the hem, this is the center back of the hide. If you can pretend that this was a cow, because it was, that's the way leather works.
This is where the spine was.
This was where the spine was. That's where the thickest, stiffest, least stretchy leather is. Down here is the belly side. This part.
I think they know where the belly is.
Well, just to specify, like, cows are huge, by the way, for anybody who's never been up next to one. Like, this isn't even the biggest side we've ever gotten. And it is the thinner, stretchier part of the hide. So we'll go ahead and roll this up. This one, on its thicker side, is, it's a 12 ounce. And then on its thinner side, it's an 8 ounce. And this is something like this that I would use this for my corsets. But the reason why they don't sell it by the yard the way that they do with fabric is because it's very inconsistent, you know, in size, in thickness, and all sorts of stuff. Thank you, honey. So I hope that that was helpful to you guys. And now you can get split sides that have been made to be a uniform thickness all the way through, but those are more expensive. So, but they're great for if you're making like high-end handbags or like, I don't know, stuff that's not cosplay. You can tell what my focus is. It's like, because I usually go for stuff that's like pretty gnarly. Like this roll, no, I already put it up there. We got a roll for like $60, an entire side for $60. And
It was really thin.
it's super thin, but it's perfect for sculpting leaves and things out of. And but because it had like some burns and like somebody ran it over with a forklift, and I'm like, no, I can use that. Okay, I'm gonna catch up on comments real quick. Well, were these cows treated well? Hopefully. And that's something that you don't get a good quality hide from an animal that has been mistreated. If it's malnourished, it's not going to have as much skin development. It's going to have more parasite bites on the hide. Like it's, if you think about people who raise rabbits and sheep and animals for their fiber and stuff that they make, it's the prerogative of the farmer to take very good care of the animal, because then it'll make a higher quality product and they can get more money for it. So ethics and morals aside, the better you treat your animals, the more money you'll make off of them. And if that's not capitalism, do what?
The better the flesh.
The better of flesh you can harvest straight from the Randy's mouth. I still don't get those snuggles. I'm still freaking out about that spider, Randy. Oh. Not a perfect person. Banana potatoes. Fun. I wanted to thank you. Your videos gave me something to do when I was waiting to go into surgery yesterday. Your wonderful attitude made things so much easier. Thank you. Well, thank you, Erin. So can it be softened? You can take vegetable tanned leather. I've got some right here. This is a piece of scrap. I'm so excited about my new gauge. This one's a 1 ounce. So you can see it's still quite thin. I usually don't use any thinner than this. Like this is the thickness that I used for Randy's wallet. But it starts out quite stiff. you can take the vegetable tan to do something called milling it. Which you can see, I'm kind of like rolling it between my hands. In this, it can serve to make it more supple, but it's never going to be as supple as a garment leather. Like maybe a calf skin or something that's just much thinner. But like, and you can see a little bit as it mills. I think it's too bright. The grain of the leather will come out a little bit more. It won't be as smooth of a surface. Do what, Randy? You talking to George?
You hear me?
Okay, he's talking to George. You have so much leather. Do you like working with clay or with leather? I like working with both. If you rub fat or brains into it, yummy. This is actually, that's something that you need to do to the leather before it's been tanned, to make it much softer. Hey, Asma. Sorry, I'm trying to catch up on some of the messages and my computer's dying. So, do you make these with the foam stuff? Technical term. Oh, that's old. Okay. Butterflies. I see a butterfly. My hubby built me a case to put them in. Right on. I see those fire suction cups you put on your back. What? No. I'm sorry, guys. I missed everything that you said while we were standing showing the stuff. Anne asks, how do you soften your clay? Sometimes I'll sit on it a bit, and the body heat will kind of like heat it up and make it softer. And then also a lot of it is just kind of rolling it and folding and rolling and folding and rolling, or putting it through the pasta machine. You can also use clay softener. How does one buy custom made items? Normally a person would send me an email, or I'll have custom slots listed on my Etsy. I'm currently not taking custom orders at the moment because I'm still catching up on older custom projects. So, hey Daniel. Oh man, I need just a minute to like zen out. I just got hit with a headache like all at once. That feels really good. Okay, what's up? Yeah, they work great to roll out clay. Yeah, the pasta machine is kind of, no, I'm not sick. I'm just a little flighty today. Oh, I get them. They're not fun. Okay. That's not me farting. That's the stool on the floor. I promise. I did. I ate, hey, Lauren. I ate a bowl of cereal before getting on the live stream. Randy. Don't hassle me. He's over there going, you're a filthy liar. Head on. Apply directly to the forehead. Head on. It is 2:58 in the afternoon here. So we've been streaming for an hour. Hey, Abigail. Oh, she listens, LOL. Starching does help with headaches. It's a fair point. Oh. Right on. Okay. I am Central Time, man. It's most likely from dealing with the stuff you put on the leather. No, not as much. It's a muscle tension and all kinds of stuff. So here you can see we've got a few pieces done then. Here's one pair. And you can still see it's got a little bit of dampness to it still. Just set these on the leather. Really, Barnabas? Right on. And then this is how one of the other ones came out. Another patterning. This was the second one. Shelly, we actually haven't gone on walks in like probably a week and a half. Randy says more than that. So, and again, you can see down in the crevices, this still has a little bit of wetness to it. I'm not double jointed, but my, like this part does do a weird like, pop-out thing. I don't know. I know, shame on me for sure. But in the defense of my laziness, it's been quite cold and wet. And I've been doing, like, yoga and stuff in the house. But again, not as much as I would like to. I want to reactivate our YMCA membership so we can go swimming again. Because that doesn't matter about the... Randy says, we'll see. Hey, we gonna live stream while I'm there? Do I need to bring the things we talked about? Yes. If you're here on a Tuesday or a Thursday, Azimuth, then yeah, I'm gonna be live streaming. Maybe you should wait till I'm there for longer than overnight. Probably. Well, there is no excuse, just wear different clothing. That's fair. I just made dragon eye earrings. I love them, they're so cute. Right on. Bye, Vaughn. I want a red. Bye. Bye, Melissa. Have fun. I get bad tension headaches, but a friend showed me a trick. Fill a large clean sock about halfway with rice, not the instant kind, and knit the sock closed. Microwave it and put it on your shoulders. Oof, that'd be nice. I'm not yelling, by the way. I'm just old and blind, says Shelly in all caps. Right on. Yeah, right? You're not my real mom, Penny. I love you guys. Like, there's this... Now, this one, though, you can see is dry. There's no wetness down in the crack. So it took this one about an hour of being stacked underneath different pieces of leather. See, like this one, still not completely dry. So I'm gonna set it there. And we get to start painting stuff. Oh, not knit. Right on. You could still sew it shut, I imagine. So also, for those of y'all who just came in, this is going to be my newest template for going up on our YouTube, or not YouTube, Patreon stuff. Anne says, don't know how I lived without your videos. Right on. And this still stinks like nail polish that I put down in the crevices, but I was just going to try to do, I don't know, a little something. Azimuth. I'm a dirt. If you lived in Portland, Oregon, then you would have no excuse. Rain is just liquid sunshine. Plus, we have a rainforest here, so that might explain the rain. Right on. Slay me with the antlers. No, I'm a dirt. Okay, so I'm gonna... Let me find the things I'm gonna be making to match. Where'd they go? Here's two of them. Do you know where my third headdress went, Randy?
No.
Okay. I don't know what I did with it. I'm losing everything. Straight up losing my mind. So yeah. So this is one of them. This is actually the one that this is going to match. So... use that on my friends and see their reactions. Right on. I've got a silver one somewhere. Is that? Yeah, there it is. Buried under other things. Donna says, hi, so glad I caught you online. It always makes my heart smile when I catch you live. Right on. Hey friend, I'm a dir. How you doing? We're all mad here and it's okay. So, paint. There's that one. There's the silver one. Oh my gosh, you guys, my friend Annette had sent me a sign with really awesome like vinyl lettering. Like she cut it all out and like the spacing was perfect and everything. And then we had loaded it into the van and we were driving and then we stayed overnight and like didn't unload the van. So all of the booth stuff, including the sign, got left in the van. In the heat, like I guess deactivated the adhesive that was holding the vinyl on, and so it started peeling like really bad. And so I was like, oh no, I felt like I had ruined it. But I brought it inside and I used her stencil work to trace it out. And it made like, and so I traced it out and I painted it in, and that's basically, I spent like 5 or 6 hours yesterday taking, like, she got the hard work out of the way, doing like, I'm the type of person that whenever I make a poster, it's like, if this is the poster, like 4 of the letters are like this big, and then the other 20 letters are like crammed in there progressively smaller to try to fit everything in. So, I mean, she did a really good job on doing the stenciling, or like getting, doing the layout. And so I went through and I like got to just do the fun artsy fartsy part. So that's really good. What am I doing? I think I'm gonna paint this, but I think I used up my true gold. Have you ever made human or animal eyes instead of dragon eyes? I actually made a lion's eye and it was really fun. I do some cat eyes, but those are pretty close to dragon eyes too, so. Okay, ASMR mode, guys. Turning this around. Bringing the camera down. Oh yeah, Ann? We're at 82% battery. And
82? That's the highest I've seen it in a while.
oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. And I'm using a pretty stiff brush. Thank you, Derpy. Y'all know it's not a live stream until I sneeze in your ear. And all over my leather. Oh, Jesus. What'd you say, Randy?
Is it also true?
And for doing projects like this, I just put the stuff... Holy crap, Azimuth. I just use the stuff, yeah, it's like time to relax.
ASMR mode, guys.
Yeah. I'm just gonna say super relaxing things and then yell at you out of nowhere.
Seems legit.
Yeah. And this is just regular folk art, copper colored. Aw, that's cute. Oh, is Lauren going? Bye, Lauren. Work, 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 work. Aussie Wax ain't got nothing on the Von Snot. It's all about exclusivity. And who are you? The proud Lord said that I must bow so low. I can't have a different coat, the only truth I know. A coat of red, a coat of gold. A lion still has claws, and mine are long and sharp, my lord, as long and sharp as yours. And so he spoke, and so he spoke, little Lord of Casimir. Not a soul to hear. Okay. I'm not a stalker, I swear. What did I miss? Let's see. Don't take this the wrong way, but speaking is saying super relaxing things. Sometimes I put on one of your vids to help me sleep. Right on. I like when you sing during your videos. Have a great voice. Well, thank you, Anne. Yeah, it's this copper, man. It's like, I love it. I mean, it's very, like, nice and reflective and just super cool. I'm not a stalker, I swear. Laura Lee, it's the Lord of Castamere. It's a Game of Thrones song. This is a pauldron, from, for, like, on your shoulders. I'll show y'all how it comes together in a bit. Reigns of Castamere, right on. Ooh, caramel creamer. Penny, that sounds great. I need to go reheat mine. Yeah, I'd been sent a really cool mug cozy, but I can't drink out of it. Like, I spill coffee all over everywhere whenever I do. So I have it wrapped around one of my favorite mugs that I don't use because it has a crack in it so it leaks. But I just don't have the heart to throw it away. So I have the cozy wrapped around it so I can see it. Do it, Aaron. It's either that or go as a tree. Right on. Well, you could totally be Groot. Tall and thin lends itself to that. Ooh, congratulations, Jan. I sold 10 cabochon necklaces. Karen says, hi, Vaughn. Glad I got to see you make online today. You always make my day. I'm still working on my Christmas gazebo. You've done so many crafts since that one, and I'm still working on the birdhouse. Right on. Speaking of do it, I have one of those silly porgs that flaps its wings. It's like, do it, do it, do it. Lips ripe as the berries in June. Red the rose, red the rose. Skin pale as the light of the moon, gently as she goes. Eyes blue as the sea and the sky. Water flows, water flows. Gently as she goes. Bye, Maria. What's up? Hey, Dakan. A donation of just 30 cents a month can help this poor pigeon regrow its nails. Oh, Lord. What you confused about, love? Hey, Randy.
Hey.
When you have an opportunity, could you do a few things for me? Bottle of water and 3 headache pills.
Yeah.
As well as reheating my coffee. Because I'm a lazy bum. And this is why we're having Asmith move in, is so I can have someone else to do my butler services.
You didn't drink any of your coffee.
I did, huh? I did too. Yeah, and that's why I'm not on debate. It's because those are my debating skills. Yes, huh? Speaker of Pigeon Farm that I sometimes help out how to carry a pigeon that's just up by and hung out a few days. Right on. Ooh, thank you, love. Hidden. You try rubbing Vicks Vapor Rub onto your head. Apparently it helps. Right on. I would, except I've used up all the stuff I had like that. I hate taking pills. But I hate worse having a headache. Do you ever use pressure points in your hands for headaches? I've had other people do pressure points on me. Vaughn isn't a true redhead, so I'm not worried about starving. Actually, Azimuth, I was born a mite gingery more than what I am now. I'm a day walker. I have photographic proof of my, Randy calls it a strawberry brunette, and I think that's pretty fair. Like, I'm not like a strawberry blonde redhead, but it's definitely a coppery brown. Which I like okay. Have you tried rubbing Vicks Vapor Rub or equivalent onto your help? I haven't, Daniel. I don't have anything like that right now. Yeah, and like an auburn. But I've started using henna to stain and condition it because I really like the way that it brightens it up. Because as I've aged, not that 30 is old, but it's definitely not 14 or 15 anymore.
One hot cup of microwave.
Oh, thank you, honey. Are there moths in it?
What?
No, there's not. Don't troll me, love. I wish I were closer. I could just make one of these socks things and give it to you right away. Right on. You who'd want to be 15. Not I. But unfortunately, we all were at some point. Fortunately, it's a passing thing most of the time. But my hair bleaches so easily out in the sunlight. And so, one time I was walking around the University of Wisconsin campus in Madison. And just, like, my friend Laura was touring me around, and I'd worn my hair in a ponytail. Bye, Hachiko. And by the end of the day, like, just walking around 5 hours in direct sunlight, the top of my head had bleached blonde. So it's like I use henna to kind of even out the sun damage in my hair from spending time outside. Oh, that sounds nice. I actually have some Burt's Bees hand salve. That's very minty. I might put some of that on. I don't know. I don't want to get all like grunty and rubbing lotion all over myself during a live stream. I am definitely like, that's why I've never gone and gotten a professional massage other than like, I was in a massage chair at a convention because there was a lady doing like, $5 a minute back massages. And I'm like a grunter, apparently, whenever people give me neck massages. And so it's like no one gets paid enough to sit there and listen to me grunt like a walrus whenever I'm getting my back rubbed. So I just do that stuff at home. And there's the copper one. Fun. Have you thought about doing a tutorial on the coil gizmo they have out now? It's for making coil jewelry, and I think they said you can make jump rings with the coil gizmo as well. Right on. So that's it, with and without the paint. Have you tried a TENS machine for your aching muscles? It also helps tension headaches. I haven't. Wait, is that the where you zap yourself with it? You're not alone in the grunting. I figure I'm paying for it, so let them listen to me grunt, right? Peppermint essential oil, good for headaches. No, I ate it all, actually, because I use it for whenever I get car sick. Like, all my peppermint oil. Because I get car sick quite frequently. I just put a drop of it kind of like on the back of my tongue. Yeah, we've got one of those. I don't like the gel that you use to apply the pads. Is like super goopy and I can never get it off of me all the way. I think I should do a tutorial on the coiling gizmo, because there are some things that I prefer it for as opposed to just coiling by hand. Vaughn gets car sick. Asmith, that's a really fair point. Asmith said, Vaughn spends 40% of her life on the road in a car. Vaughn gets car sick. Right? But no, I mean, true story though. It's the same reason why I have a really hard time playing the Wii or watching 3D movies, is I guess I have a super sensitive, like, inner ear. So it's sending me messages that, based off of visual things, but it's like, so in the van, we'll be going super fast, like 70, miles per hour, which to me is super fast. Like, but my brain's like, something's off, so I get car sick. Hey, Designs! I have a fun fact. What's your fun fact, Hidden? Are you the type of person that buys candy for the children, or do you sit on the couch watching Netflix and shoving candy down your throat for the whole month?
Also, yes.
Also yes, Randy says. I don't know, we didn't really buy any candy this month.
We really didn't.
We like to make very extravagant Christmas stockings for our friends and stuff. But then, like, all of our friends and family, like, have diabetes, so we stopped doing that.
I'm not convinced there was a correlation.
I don't think... Yeah, Randy's not convinced there's a correlation. I plead the fifth. About the questionable meats in my freezer. Uh-oh. If you have questionable meats in your freezer, you should probably... Oh, it's a fun fact. Okay, it's not a question. So what's going on, Asmith? It's hard to get... I literally have type 1 diabetes. I eat cake all the time. Wow, right on. But no, it's one thing, I don't know, diabetes can be kind of scary, because especially if it doesn't get controlled. Yeah, so I've seen too many friends kind of go that route. What time of paint is the copper? It's just a folk art acrylic, metallic acrylic paint. Hey Vaughn, I hope you don't mind, but I sent you a friend request on Facebook. Didn't know that you knew a couple of friends of mine already. Right on. No, I don't mind a bit. I haven't really gotten to kind of get on Facebook very much here lately, so it's got to have nice things sometimes. Right on. Hey Vaughn, a cool idea to add to the flat wire bracelet you just did a tutorial on is to turn it around and put either wire wrapped stone or large bead or a wire wrapped dragon's eye. That's actually, Julie, I'm going to be doing a tutorial probably, hopefully in the coming, once this blister that's underneath all this paint heals, I'm going to be doing another tutorial on how to do that same setting as the bracelet. To have it, be around a cabochon. Does that take the leather conditioner after painting? It does. It forms a little bit of a barrier, but this acrylic paint, I don't know, it does a really good job. I wouldn't recommend using it for something like a bracelet or a belt or something that's going to be having a lot of movement and like kind of flex going on, but for something decorative like a pauldron, or even like a breastplate, and even on some of my corsets, I very successfully have used the acrylic paints. Because if you think about it, the acrylic resin is acrylic, and it still penetrates pretty well. I have found that the Aussie wax, at least, does make the acrylic paint look significantly duller. But that buffs off after a while. I know you said in an earlier live stream that you don't particularly like sewing, but have you ever thought about trying Crazy Patch? The results are lovely, and Crazy Patch stockings are a great Christmas gift. I'm not sure what that is, Nicole. Daniel, these will be for sale at the Kansas City Comic-Con, and if they're still available, after that, they'll be for sale at the Memphis Fantasy and Comic Convention. And then, again, after that, if they're still available, they'll be going up on our Etsy. Have you tried gold leaf on leather? I have not. I bet that would look lovely, though. Hello, everyone. Leaving out Friday, going to freeze in Minnesota. Oh no, Izzy, drive safe and stay warm, I hope. And so he spoke that Lord Casimir. And no one there to hear. How much is a set of these pauldrons? Tooled like this, and once all the hardware is on it, it would be $100 for the pair. And that comes with a lifetime repair warranty. So if anything ever happens to it, or you need the straps redone, or just anything like that, you just pick up all the pieces and send it to me. I fix it up and send it back to you free of charge. Oh wow, well thanks, Jamie. Are you coming to the tree? Strange things have happened here. How stranger would it be to me at midnight in the hanging tree? Are you coming to the tree? Strange things have happened here. How stranger could it be to me at midnight in the hanging tree? I'll definitely be sure to Google it, Nicole. Thanks, Christy. Do what, Derby? So you've totally forgotten about the year for video, haven't you? I think so. Anne says, Vaughn, when is the Memphis show? Not this weekend, but the weekend after that. Also, I may have asked this before, but I don't remember. How do you come up with the prices for your stuff? Pricing stuff is hard. Like, a lot of it is I sell it basically what it will sell quickly for. I know on a lot of my things I could price it at higher, but I make so much stuff, whether or not it sells, that it's like I kind of need this to just move quickly. Whereas if I were the type of artist that takes longer on projects, I would probably charge a little bit more and let it sit around in the shop for longer until I had something else to replace it with, if that makes sense. But usually the very, very baseline that I recommend to folks is that if something costs me $5, I will not charge less than 15 for it. Like if it costs me $5 in beads and wire and whatnot. But granted, that doesn't take any time into consideration. But there's some things, like if it's something that I was making during a live stream and was like seriously lollygagging and just like hanging out, and if I'm watching a very interesting Netflix show or something while I'm making it, then it might take me 2, 3 or 4 times longer to make that same item as if I had just buckled it down and gotten it done. So time for me is something that's a little too variable to base my pricing off of, if that makes sense. And then also you can always just Google like a wire wrapped bangle bracelet, on like Etsy or something, and see other people's work and what they're charging for it and their sales frequency, and kind of judge for yourself if it's a comparable amount of work. And then just be like, I think I'll sell it for more than that, or I think I can sell it for a little bit less. Just no one can put a value on your time and your creations better than you can. Just, I feel like, though, if you're going to price your work, you need to make sure that you're confident in it, because hagglers can tell whenever you're not confident in your pricing, and they will do their best to, wiggle the price point down. And that's something that we don't really have a whole lot of problems with hagglers, because I feel very strongly, it's like, look, I've got an event next weekend. If you don't want to pay the $15 for this to take home with you now, I can guarantee you someone either during this weekend or next weekend or online or 3 years from now will pay what it's worth. So move along. And that can sound kind of brash, but it's, you don't haggle with Walmart, you don't haggle, with Walgreens or with Burger King. So don't haggle with me, because I'm trying to make a living here. I have zero tolerance for hagglers over the years, apparently. Brooke asks, Vaughn, do you have any allergies to any herbs or oils or anything? I want to make you a few things that help with headaches and such, but always got to make sure about the allergies just in case. Well, thank you, Brooke. That's really generous. No allergies that I'm aware. Actually, I'm allergic to poison ivy and mangoes. So, sorry, Yvonne, I meant yarn for... Oh, was I going to do a year update or something that I forgot? Izzy, this is paint. It's just folk art copper metallic paint. In my experience, it holds up pretty well for stiffer leather pieces. I would never paint the flap of a leather handbag with this, if that makes sense. Something that's going to have a lot of movement and needs to be supple. Right. Helen says if I priced my paintings based on the time they take me, they would be far too expensive for anyone to buy. And that's something, allergic. Sorry. Did I say it like that? The reason you're allergic to mangoes is because poison ivy mango skins have the same chemical in them. Yep, same as in cashew skins too, right? Well, not skins, but like the pithy part on the outside of the cashew nut. Doesn't stop me from eating mangoes, but Laura Cat asks, can I ask what is Super Chat? Super Chat is where you can pledge an amount if you like what we're doing here on YouTube and want to support that. You can kind of like donate. Nicole says, I have a friend who does character sketches and charges about $100 or more a sketch. She's very reasonable in my opinion, but it makes me double think my own pricing. And that's something that if she has a client base who can pay that, and I envy her so much. Like, I would love to be able, but of course my drawing skills and stuff aren't there. But for my equivalent, I would love to, have art appreciators who are able to spend that much, on a regular enough basis for me to be able to make a living off of that. But it's also sometimes with artists, especially when they're doing character sketches, is part of that fee also goes towards the exclusivity. Because I had a friend who did like not fan art but character art, of people's original characters, and they would request that she not make any reproductions of that artwork. They want the only version ever of it, and so that way she in those cases she would charge a little bit more. I hope that made sense. It would be getting hot up there now, Brissy. Right on. And in ginkgo fruit, but not the nut. Right on. Hey, Lauren Baker. Wait, now that I have the money for Stephanie, thankfully she's all too happy to accept my art trade or partial trade. Oh, that's cool. Thank you guys. Thanks, Daniel. And Kaz, thank you guys so much for helping out. Oh, I don't even have any paint on the brush. I'm just like touching it. Okay, so here's these ones. Painted and ready to go. I'm going to let the paint dry a little bit more before rubbing it down with some Aussie wax and buffing it. And so in the meantime, I'm going to clean my brush the Lazy Von way. Because I don't have a cup of water over here is why I'm doing this. Every time I see Kaz, I think of one of my World of Warcraft characters with a similar name. It is very good for the hands. Like, well, I mean, I'm filthy right now, but trust me. Well, I guess the proof will show, whenever I'm 60, and hopefully my hands will still look. Bye, Erin. Thanks for hanging out with us. So I've got my brush cleaned out. And we're going to move on to the silver pigment. And I'm going to be doing the silver pigment on the one that just has the edging in there like that. So on this one. Oh, I'm going to take a minute though and flip this around so that we can talk to each other. I have to go too, but when is part 2? Part 2 is on Thursday, right before we leave. So if you want to see me panic, woo, come back on Thursday. We'll probably have part 3 next Tuesday and part 4 next Thursday because that's right before we leave for Memphis. So there's that. Getting in some neck stretches. Fresh info on my eyes. Optician friend said about my dragon eye that no eye has ragged pupils unless it's a sick eye. I told her my eye is from an old worn out dragon then. Right on. Well, I figure they're fantasy creatures, so it can quite frankly look however we want. So, no creature that they've discovered. Thank you for reheating my coffee, honey. What on earth is that noise coming out of your headset? Do you have hearing left? At least in one ear.
I mean, Bologna's jamming out.
Vaughn, soak your feet in water for that headache. Actually, a hot bubble bath sounds amazing. I painted my first dragon eye the other day, and I think it turned out pretty good. Right on. Anne's asking, Randy, can you make me some tea, please? He says, no. Mom looks like a mom yelling at her son listening to heavy metal on full blast. Well, I'm the one who's going to have to put up with his deaf ass when we're old. What? I love you.
Could they hear the heavy metal?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, sad face from Anne because you won't make her tea. Oh, and he's eating kiwi slices, which first off are like covered in like sulfur powder as a preservative, so his farts stink like rotten eggs. And then he's also allergic to kiwi, so his tongue's swelling up.
Wow.
He's going, wah. Oh, hey, thanks, Lori. Wow, thank you so much. Lori says, I know this isn't much. Was it a lie? $10 is a lot. Like, that's like buying us lunch from Taco Bell. That's awesome. Thank you. I've been watching you for a while, and thank you for inspiring me again. You're an amazing artist. Thank you so much, Lori. And I hope I can keep being helpful to you. One good thing, though, Vaughn, is if he is ever deaf, yes, you can have to yell. However, you can say whatever you want otherwise. LOL. Oh, I know, but oh my god, those Doritos Locos tacos, it's, and I know this sounds obvious, but it's like a taco made out of Doritos. And it's just as bad for you as it sounds, but it's just as yummy as it might be if you like that stuff. So maybe my bun's on too tight. I think that might be what it is. We just had it last night and we were literally hungover today, right? Like food hangovers. I never thought of that, Vaughn. Holy crap. What's that? Having your bun on too tight? Oh.
No, Doritos Locos Taco is like a taco made out of Doritos.
Oh. Nicole says, I'm working on wire jewelry for my first real show. So excited. It's not just mine, but it's still a big deal for me. Right on. Oh, I hate Con Crunch so much. Do what, Randy?
Get my butt kicked.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, a head massage feels so good.
As long as you're getting your butt
I'm not gonna grunt like a walrus, but this is the good stuff. Woo! Oh, right there, though. I think it's sinus pressure. Ah, okay. Okay, back to work, everybody. We're going to Kansas City Comic-Con. I'm embarrassed now. I'm sorry. I can't believe I just did that on camera. But man, that felt really good. My buns can never be on too tight. My hair ties are all stretched. The bun that was on top of my head now is down at my left ear, just flopping around. Right on. You need that too, where to put it on top of your head and have it massage you. It's a bunch of wires called a brain sucker. I have one of those. Randy hates it. The little wire thing that... They're amazing. Kind of jack of all trades, master of none. I know that you do a lot of different arts and crafts. How do you decide which crafts to base your business around? Keely, that's a really good question. And right from the get-go, that's why Randy and I went with the name Back to Earth Creations, is because at the time, I didn't know if I wanted to do candles and soap and things like that, or if I wanted to do leatherworking or chainmail or wire wrapping. Like, I didn't know what I wanted to do. So, and there's also, there's no telling where time might take you as an artist. So, giving myself the room to grow and expand and kind of experience different things. The Back to Earth Creations was like an umbrella term for all of the different things that we might do. So that has kind of worked out. But yeah, so I hope that answers your question. Oh, and I feel like you have taught me so much and give so much. I wish I could teach you something. I learned a lot. I feel like I've learned a lot from you, Horror. Do what?
So she could teach you to love.
What? Randy, you're so weird. Do you ever do any shows in California? We haven't been able to yet, but the future is still ahead of us, so there's no telling. Yeah, sinuses are the air cavities in your skull, like right in. Oh, I can feel that. I don't know why. Ooh, that feels good. Okay, I'm always scared my hair is gonna get stuck in that thing, right? The little wire thingy. I don't want to go to sleep, but I've got to because construction workers were ringing at my bloody door at 7:15, and they ain't hot men like the Diet Cola commercial. That's fair, Rhea. Well, good night and dream of beautiful construction workers. My brain sucker died of starvation. I was gonna say starved of divation. Do you like arts and crafts? A lot. I like all sorts of anything I can get my hands on, really. Hey, are your hair red? Hey, Moonborn. It is. It's more of a, you can see down at the base, it's a little bit more of a coppery brown, but I henna dye it to bring the reds out. But you can kind of see, especially here, I've got some little hairs that are just bleached to like almost clear. So I need to do another henna application. Never been to one of the cons, but looking forward to the St. Louis Anime at the St. Charles Convention Center in May. I can get to that one. That one is spectacular. It's an affordable convention to go to. Do it, Randy?
So what is that, Anime St. Louis?
It's affordable to go to. Lots of very good paneling and stuff. Excellent location. Just super good. Like, I really recommend that one, Lori. It's the Kiwi vibe. I cut off all my hair regularly. It's so comfortable. Oh, yeah? I know, right? I want to teach Vaughn things too. Just, I don't know what, because she does like everything. There's always, you don't have to be an expert at something to be able to have learned something new about it that other people don't know. And it's like, even I've been wire wrapping for 10 years, and watching other folks' wire wrapping tutorials, seeing what y'all do with my tutorials blows my mind. So it's like, because y'all sometimes come at it from an angle and a perspective that I would have never thought of, and you make something, you know, unique and beautiful. You take what I've done and what I've tried to teach and turned it into something even more than what I did. And I love that. And so that's how I learned from you guys. So right there, Vaughn, it's not sinus, it's your jaw muscle. Your sinuses are above and below your eyes. Right on. And then how come my jaw muscles hurt, Asmith? My jaws. Sorry, I'm getting silly. Monster Palooza is a good show in California. Right on. Hubby called, said it sounded like he was having a party. Hola, Manuel.
Hey, Mama, you can hear me. Let's go over to the other side.
Excuse me.
That way they all come to us like fun.
Excuse me. No promises yet. You should try doing some beadwork. Oh, last time I tried to do beadwork, I found out that my cat, like, loves beadwork. Like, loves to eat beadwork. It's only whenever it's in the work of progress, though. June being a guest at con for my makeup. Someday it will happen. Horror, the best way that I would recommend going about that is to attend a convention, but sign up to lead a panel. Usually have to sign up, like, prior to the convention, like usually a few months beforehand. That way they have an opportunity. What was I gonna say? That way they have an opportunity to like put you into the schedule and schedule everything out and teach your panels, because that's like Kamui Cosplay got in as guests to different things by going and teaching her workshops, and then conventions would come to her and be like, oh my gosh, we love that you did this, will you come teach at our convention? And so that's a way that for conventions that Randy and I want to guest at, but they just aren't interested in having us. That's why we go and we compete and we teach and we say, this is why you want us to come to your convention, because we can offer all of this and more. Please let us come to your convention. So, how can I price my dragon eyes higher but still get paid for them? I'm not sure how you mean, Sherry. I'm gonna tie down my mutton chops. And I'm about to turn around and like turn the camera around and get to anyone can do panels, horror. Well, it depends on the convention. I'm sure at BlizzCon and stuff like that, they're a little bit more no, you need to like, they might be more of a sign up basis. Stress. Preferred pain. Also because you run your gob so much. Do you grind your teeth and sleep? Yeah, I do. I grind my teeth a lot. I went ahead for Witches Night Out and sold a lot of bracelets and pins. Alright on. And people acted like it was way too much. There's a lot of work involved in them. Some people just are going to be that way. The way that Randy and I avoid, if people don't want to have to pay $30 for a dragon eye, we also make some simpler dragon eyes that are just like $5 or $10. And that way I can keep the ones that need to be priced at $30 at $30, as opposed to, underpricing them. But that way it still gives them a slot and they can see it's like, well, if you only want to spend 5, this is what you're going to get. Whereas if you spend 30, this is what you get, if that makes sense. Hope you're not getting the flu. I have it because it sucked big time. Oh no. Can it, Ryan did that too. I don't know if you saw my post, but I sold 10 cabochon necklaces with Hawaiian turtles on them. Ryan, I did see that, Jan. Congratulations. You might have to apply at the larger cons, but smaller cons are desperate for them, right? Not a whole lot, Kaz. I sneezed a bunch. Vaughn, if you don't have a booth, do most cons allow you to still do a panel? Yes. That's something that actually having a booth gets in the way more often than not of Randy and I doing panels because we have our booth obligations. It's way easier to just go to a convention and teach a panel than it is to go and run a booth and teach a panel and compete in a contest and, you know, do all the different stuff. Hey, River, you didn't miss a whole lot. I did, Jan, thank you. Yeah, Julia, it's from the Hunger Games. Nicole asks, what is your favorite color? Tie-dye. I've done wig panels and educational panels before without having a booth. Oh, well, thank you. I do sing, Moon. Anne says I sing very good. But, I don't know. Sometimes I can sing some things okay. Now this is one that you can see here. The leather dye did not get all the way down into the little, into the little nooks and crannies. When I sold my dragon eye bracelets, the pin. Okay. I've got you, Sherry. And it's sometimes, sometimes people don't understand how much work goes into something. You know, and so that's why I say you need to be confident in your pricing. You know, not like, oh, well, you find a way to be confident about your pricing. And something that for me really helped was to demonstrate the different price points via, well, this one's $5 because I just, you know, did a 3-color eye with no scratching and glued it into a store-bought bezel. You know, you know, and then, well, this is one that had a lot less wire wrapping, and so it costs like $15, but then there's this one here that if you really like the way that this looks, well, that's $30. And so that way it can help people, you know, kind of process it a little bit more. And honestly, that was a big motivator as to why Randy and I started doing video tutorials the way that I'm going to turn the camera around for you guys. The reason we started doing video tutorials the way that we do was so that we could show people whenever they would walk through and they'd be like, oh, why is this blah, blah, blah. And we're like, well, you know, you can watch how it was created here. And that way you can understand why $50 is a really good deal for this scale mail bra. You know? And so, you know, and also like people would walk through and kind of snidely say, oh, well, I can do that. And it's like, well, I would like to teach you. So they either, you know, really can do it, in which case, you know, I taught them how, and now they can just be a well-informed jerk, or they can go through and be like, oh, wow, this is way harder than I thought it would be, and have more respect for, you know, artisans who create things, if that makes sense. And so he spoke, and so he spoke, that Lord of Casimir. But it's like, and I don't know, people would say, oh, well, you know, grandpa does this. It's like their tone would be like it was a negative thing. And so whenever people say stuff like that, I'm like, good job on your grandpa. This shit's hard. You know? But I guess, I don't know, it's not understanding the work that goes into something can be a big part of it. Also, just not having any respect for other human beings is sometimes a part of it. But Vaughn, you make it look so easy. Sometimes deceptively easy, I think. Brooke says, LOL, I love when people in a jerk way say, oh, I can do that. Well, that's nice. I never said it was like the only one who can do this, but like that doesn't mean the price should be $5, right? It's, my favorite response whenever people say that, you know, in a snide way, is like, awesome, that's really good. It's fun, isn't it? You know, because it is. It's like just defeat their negativity with relentless optimism. Woo! Now this one that I'm using is an enamel, and it gets a much more matte finish than the other ones do. But I still like it, and it's the only silver I have right now. But if you could pick one color or a favorite combination of 3, what would it be? Probably the greens, blues, and purples of a peacock feather, accented with like a coppery gold. Like, that's like my favorite combo. Fun. You should make a steampunk airship fairy house thing. That'd be so cool. That would be really cool. Elsa just finished putting together a little gift package for Yvonne and enclosed a little something for the future beach fairy house. Oh, that's so kind of you. Thank you. And so he spoke, and so he spoke, the Lord of Casamia. There we go. Yvonne, have you played with your airbrush? I have. I'm actually going to be doing some airbrushing on some leather pieces later today, because I'm going to do some leather working that doesn't have any tooling on it. I'm just going to have it feature the airbrush kind of like fade in from the sides and stuff. But I was doing a little bit more research on it, and it was talking about, at least with the leather dyes, that it atomizes those particles. So they really highly recommend not doing it in the house. So I'm going to be doing it out in the paint station, the spray station out in the cold, yeah. And I just hadn't quite felt up to it yet. Kaz says, after a stressful week and a half, the best way to unwind is to watch Vaughn's live stream. I'm really glad you feel that way, Kaz. And I hope your week gets progressively less stressful for you.
Well, it takes no time at all for my tongue to start.
Really? Ooh, congratulations, Izzy. Anne says you should do a video of your songs. Bye, Christy. I actually have a couple videos out already. They're older ones for sure. But I don't know. It's been difficult to balance all the things I'd like to do and all the things that I need to do and all the things that I actually do. Do not always all line up with each other. Hey, Mikio. Does anyone else feel relaxed in watching others paint? Yes. Like, that's basically everything I watch on YouTube here lately is time lapses of, like, watercolor paintings. Because I'm hoping to, like, learn through immersion and just exposure. Which I know it doesn't work like that, but it's fun, so. Hey, Kaz, no, it hasn't turned up yet. Where did it... Did you say you found out where it ended up? Is it retrievable, I hope? Bork, bork, says the doggy hawk. what's all in the inventory you have to make anyway? I'm basically, Asmith, just looking to make a bunch of armor. Like, I'm finding there's more and more of a complete and total lack of male armor. Like male costuming pieces on the market. And so I'm like, I want to get the gentleman decked out. Because there's tons of folks now who are doing, like, scale mail bikini tops and, you know, like, chainmail stuff. And it's like, so as opposed to dealing with direct competition, I'm going to kind of follow this inspiration I've been having lately and just make a bunch of guy stuff. I mean, because it's very unisex, too. Like, I mean, a lady could wear this just as easily. You know, we just size it down to fit, you know, possibly more petite shoulders or... You know, though honestly, I've sold probably just as much to women with broader shoulders than some of the guys that I've sold to, so we all come in so many different shapes and sizes. But we have such a hard time keeping the male armor in stock. I was like, you know, I'm gonna make a bunch of it. Well, hey, Ember Kitty. You wanna come hang out with me? Yeah, give the boys some attention. I don't want to wear a boob decoration unless it has a lot of leaves on it. Well, yeah. Can you see there's a kitty tail? I mean, only one leaf for a pasty. You know, Asmith, I can make that. I can glue stuff on your boobs for you. Well, get on up here, Ember. Folks want to meet you. Now, we have to be very subtle because she hates actually being on camera. But there she is. Ember. See, she's ignoring me now. It's actually very fixated on Randy.
Because I'm completely ignoring her.
Mm-hmm. But she's too pretty. I don't want to ignore her.
I look at her, she looks away.
Mm-hmm. I love what you're doing. It's absolutely amazing. What makes you want to share with people so much and teach them what you do? I don't know, Sherry. I get lonely just sitting at home. Like, Randy's very nice and Ember's very nice, but she won't look at me when I look at her. So it's like, I do like kind of getting to hang out in this environment with y'all. But then also, and this is going to sound very self-serving, but I learn a lot from you guys. Y'all inspire me. You have such creative ideas and things that I would have never thought of. And so it's y'all invigorate me as an artist. Well, thank you, Sarah. Of yours and Lauren's live streams when I'm supposed to be packing and organizing the huge move, but not today. No. LOL. Oh, I hope that goes well for you, Sam. Uh-oh, y'all get to see the cat butt. Back had to make dinner for the fam. Right on. Honestly, it's nice to know that you are enjoying what you're also enjoying us. Right on. And that's, I mean, I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't enjoy you guys. Oh, no. Okay, well, I'll deal with the customs charge, Kaz. That definitely explains some things, though.
So what had happened?
She forgot to put the customs stickers on it, so it got hung up in customs.
That'll do it.
She just crammed my finger up her nose. Yes, I'm laughing at you. You're a cute little booger. She's a good girl. Hey, Frisks. Yeah, we could just kind of hang out like that. Be there by the 6th of December. Okay. Just let me know, Kaz, if there's anything that I can do to on my end to help along with that. And so he spoke. You want some more room on the bench, Ember? And so he spoke, and so he spoke, that Lord cast me out. Now the rain weeps down, not the soul to hear. Sing Tale of the Tongues. I don't know that one, Asma. It's my favorite YouTube person on there. Ah, well, thank you, Battistini. Or Battistini? Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce that. Love how Ember is sitting all antisocial with her back to us. Yeah, but this is how she hangs out. Ooh, that's a good point. Thanks, Carol. Right on. Ember got her name because she looks like she was much more of a vibrant orange in with the gray when she was younger. And we thought it looked like the embers of a coal, like in the coals of a fire. But she's getting a little gray. You should sing Castle by Halsey. I don't know that one. But I'm always up for learning new songs. Green grows the lily, oh, green grows the lilies, oh, the fairest hours that here I spent among the lassies, oh. You're so brave, you sneer at it. Oh, little cat butt jumping. Little cat butt jumping. Stay and hang out with me, love. Just a little longer. Stay with me just a little bit longer. Ooh, ah, ooh, ah. Just that cat butt, though. Das Booty. Do you ever make a dragon eye with a different color pupil other than black? Sarah, I've tried some, but I just didn't like the effect they had nearly as much as what I liked the black. The black made the strongest and boldest contrast. And, I don't know. I preferred it. But that's not at all saying that you couldn't try out different things to do, you know, however you like. Green grows the lilies, oh, green grows the lilies, oh, the fairest hour that here I spent among the lassies, oh. You're not with senseless axes, oh. Hang out with me, you guys. Shiny. Sarah, I did a black pupil with a white line. Right on. White Walker eye would be so cool. Not the senseless that says, oh. The water is wide, I can swim more, and neither have I wings to fly. Build me a boat that can carry two, and both shall row. My love and I leaned my back against an oak, thinking it was the strongest tree, but first it bent, and then it broke, and that's the way love's treated me. For love is handsome, and love is fine, and love's a jewel when first it's new. But love grows old, and it waxes cold, and fades away like morning dew. Hey Fusion, how's it going? We have a feral cat surround our place, and there's an orange tabby. It's the prettiest cat I've ever seen. His color is like bright carrot orange. If my dog would allow it, I would adopt him. Is that Chingy Tino, the original songwriter musician from a song called Anne McKeon? She's from New Zealand and really gifted. Right on. I'll check her out, Sam. Thank you. Yvonne, how does PayPal work? I don't get it. Well, depending on what you're looking to use your PayPal for, it can kind of, I use it as a mediator between my bank and internet sources. Because there's a lot of folks who will take PayPal. That way I'm not having to constantly give out my credit card information, or debit card, just whichever you use. So you'll start a PayPal account, usually with your preferred email address, and then you can link, what's it called? Your bank account to the PayPal, and then from there you can, like withdraw or deposit funds into your PayPal. And it's just, I don't know, it's something, it's like having an online bank a little bit. And I find it's a pretty easy way to be able to kind of just transfer funds to other people. Like, if I were to send a friend money, but I don't have checks and they don't take credit card, well, I can just wire it to them via PayPal. So that's a good way of looking at it. It's kind of like your own personal Western Union too. The maid who sold her barley. Do you know the maid who sold her barley? Oh, the words are escaping me at the moment. Hey, Anastasia. And PayPal will actually let you take out credit lines too.
But that's not something that you should.
Yeah, that's not something, I do not encourage people typically to get, take out credit cards, but I don't have credit cards, I have my PayPal. So if ever I need to get something on credit, I have a credit line with them. But I've been kind of building that up for like 6 years, I think. So I remember the tune to The Maid Who Sold Her Barley. And like that one line that was like, I'm sorry I sold my barley. Like, and it goes back up into that. Would I be able to use that for the Patreon? You would be able to, Carol. Patreon does take PayPal. We just got done with the last one, guys. Hey, Danger Noodle. So, there's that. This cat, the way she's sitting on, like, the back of her butt.
Not laughing at you.
Yeah, we're laughing at you. I'm sorry. I know. We're bad humans.
Just the worst.
Just you're the worst kind of humans. The kind with thumbs who mocks you mercilessly. Oh no, that wasn't the last one. Crap. I still have the gold one to do. Never mind. So I'm going to go rinse my brush out. Vaughn, do you like traditional Irish music? It's very fun to listen to and I feel like you'd enjoy it. I do. I like traditional, bagpipes aren't considered Irish, but a lot of it gets kind of lumped in together. Like, I saw that, Kaz. Thank you. And we're going to be sending out an update on the Patreon. It'll probably be whenever we get back from Kansas City because I'm waiting for some more materials to arrive so I can make some more stuff to put into the kits. I've gotten 4 women asking for a full male shirt. I need a mannequin. Any suggestions? That mannequin back there cost me about $70, and all 3 three-dimensional mannequins that I have, were kind of along that lines. That one hanging there was like $15, but it's a half clamshell mannequin. Bertha, who's back in, that's Bertha right there. I got her at a yard sale. Well, my mom got her at a yard sale, and then I got her from my mom, but I think she was like $20. So it depends, on the size of model that you're looking for. Vaughn and Randy, have you heard of grounding pads? I have not. Well, that one's Bertha. That one's J-Lo. We also have Ethel, who's in the living room, and then Miss Naked, who is on the back porch, I think, being naked. Darn fake bodies being so expensive. Well, it's the differences too, is that's a really good quality. Like, we've been knocking her around for about 8 years, and she hasn't dented. She does really good. Ethel reminds me of the I Love Lucy show. Yeah, it's kind of along there. Live action jungle scene.
Yeah, she's done now.
Of a cat rummaging around.
From piles and piles of things.
Ember, what you doing, kitty? Meow. Stinking cat. Oops. What'd you just do? Sorry, I thought I'm obsessed with my cat, so I thought I'd show her to you guys.
You guys might be as well.
Mm-hmm. There we go. Cat butt. She's rubbing her nose all over my paintbrushes. Yeah, why not? I need cat boogers on that. Yeah, Embers' live stream. See her little tail twitching. She's loving these paintbrushes. Choo choo, right? Oh, I'm sorry you lost your cat. Sorry for the bad English. I told my wife for internet connection. I'm sorry, I shouldn't laugh, but I have to block that person now. I need find nice American wife. Please send internet, please. Like he sold his last wife for internet.
Oh.
That's hilarious.
You do that?
No. I don't think you can.
Oh.
But I have to read this message to you guys. That is one of the more clever trolls I've seen. Hello, am 48-year-old man from Somalia. Sorry for my bad English. I sold my wife for internet connection. Now I need to find nice American wife. Please text me back. I don't mean to laugh at your pain, but that's kind of hilarious. Yeah, how much can you get, like, Never mind.
I'll sell you first.
Randy's like, I'll sell you first. And I'm like, not if I can get a T1 cable.
You don't even know what you need.
I don't even know what I need. So whenever I get trolled, that's the kind. I sell my breast milk for food money. I'm not even pregnant. Good Lord, Penny. That's skill. We're running, get shut down for running an illegal dairy operation. Okay, getting all the pigment out of our brush. Hey, Randy. Can I get you to come sit over here and keep them company while I run off to the restroom? You can show them how swollen your tongue is from eating too many kiwis.
No.
Actually, just sit there and make awkward eye contact eating kiwi the whole time. Just like that. I'll be right back, guys.
Well, I can't eat any more kiwis.
Are they all gone?
No.
You ate all of your kiwis?
No.
Randy, this is how people die.
Listen to the words I'm saying.
You can't eat anymore?
Mm-hmm. And then you asked, did I eat them all?
Uh-huh.
And I said...
I don't remember.
No.
Said, I have to pee. Don't
I
hassle
only
me.
said it 3 times.
What'd you say? I'll be right back, guys. What did you say? Give me a hug. I love you.
Of course, now my video plays.
Go talk to them.
I'm going to talk to them. Hello. You can die from eating too many kiwis. Well, kinda. I don't know. I've never tried it. So, I don't know. But, yeah. I'm a little bit allergic to kiwis. When I eat them, my tongue swells up. So, that's fun. Downside, well, that is the downside. The upside is they're so good, though. So, it's really hard to not eat them. Well, yeah, I know, right? Way to go. So, how is everybody? No, I'd rather not. My kids would love to try too many. Okay. I'm slightly allergic to kiwis. Right? As long as I'm still breathing, it should be fine. Okay. Thank you. It's what I was listening to earlier whenever somebody in one of the matches was just blaring some hardcore metal music. Oh, that's Nightbot. I was like, stay up to date. What? I think she's coming back. Yeah, I'm gonna run away now. How are you doing for subs, Randy? I think I'm doing well. I don't know.
Don't move. I want to sit by you.
Yeah, I think I'm doing pretty well on subs. Just get an EpiPen and enjoy those last one. Look into grounding mats. What are grounding mats?
Do you put them under your feet while on your computer?
And what do those do?
I'm not sure. I didn't get to read the rest of her message. I had to pee.
Oh, okay. Looking in your oh, I know you two would be into it. Whatever grounding mats are.
Okay.
Do you never... Oh, hold on, wait. What? Do you never know when the next kiwi will stop your breathing? Ah.
He likes to live on the edge.
Yeah. And if I can't eat fruit, then what kind of life is this?
I never got snuggles after that spider startled me.
I never said I was going to give you snuggles after that spider startled
You smuggle some snuggle?
Yeah.
Well, I'm here to smuggle some snuggle.
So does kiwi shove up your nose, you'll be fine.
What? Sleepy one for sure. I found out the hard way recently I'm allergic to kava root extract, hence why I've been sick. Oh no, Lisa. I hope you get to feel it.
Root?
It's like hippie food is what you would call it.
That's a pretty large umbrella there.
I probably would still eat things I shouldn't do, right? Oh wait, I do. You two are more cuteness on Joe.
1,000 miles away.
Oh no, someday. I won't be like that though. Hopefully sooner rather than later. Right on.
Yeah, hopefully.
How long have y'all been together? 87 years.
Yeah, seems
No,
like it.
It'll be 13 in February.
Yeah.
I want a bubble bath and a nap.
13. Well, I can't help you with either of those things.
Dunga. Dunga.
Kind of like my diabetes and candies. No, can't stop eating
My
candy.
diabetes. Not my diabetes.
What's the...
I don't know.
Is that diabetes?
What's the diabetes?
Go bubbles and... What? Go blow bubbles in her bathtub. There's only one way I know to make bubbles in the bathtub.
You're not farting in my tub. Get out of here. Oh, wait. I didn't grab my paint.
Oh.
Okay. Thank you, Randy.
Mm-hmm.
Ladies and gentlemen, Randy. He is my favorite. Okay, so these, like, I have very, very little left of both of these, so can't stop eating mini unwrapped white chocolate Kit Kats. Those are pretty amazing, Karen. Stand up and clap loudly. Oh, because Randy.
Never
Never
mind.
mind.
In the bathtub?
No, not because you fart in the... Shit, I don't know. Yeah, because you fart in the bathtub. Okay, so I still have to paint these gold. So I'm going to flip the camera around and I'm going to keep singing in your ear while I paint this stuff. So, and Randy's here all week, folks. Standing ovation for farting in the bathtub.
Is that not how it works?
Sure.
I mean, I hate to assume.
Karen says she's been watching your channel, honey.
My channel?
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know what's been going on in my channel.
Do you not?
Not really.
Oh no. So this is the pure gold acrylic paint, which I think layers really nicely. His channel is Randy Von, RANDYVON, here on YouTube, and he does like movie reviews and gaming.
Lots of eat.
And do what?
Lots of eat.
Lots of eep.
Eat.
Oh yeah. Well, no, it's I just swept everything off of my work surface,
Sure.
including the open container of paint. What are you painting, Von? Mikio, I am painting a leather pauldron. I was doing 3 pairs today because I already had the tooling and everything done on them, so I wanted to go ahead and get them finished up. And I'm going to keep streaming today until I get them done. So I've got this one and one more to paint.
You're saying I'm not getting my phone back?
Well, after this, I just have the straps to do.
Oh, okay.
So you'll get your...
Going through the attachment phase?
Nah. Well, I mean, kinda.
Okay. You said something about pizza yesterday.
Oh my god, pizza sounds amazing. If you order it, I'll eat it. I have some chicken defrosted. I was gonna make us like
Chicken pizza?
no, not chicken pizza, chicken and sweet potatoes and
Might be chicken pizza.
like green beans. I thought that would be nice. Oh, Penny's having chili.
What? What kind of chili?
Like, I don't know.
Yeah. Darn it.
Oh, and I actually need to show you guys. I grew the mother of all sweet potatoes. Like, I have never in my life seen a sweet potato this big. Certainly not in person. I mean, I haven't Googled it or anything to see what the, like, record-holding biggest sweet potato in the world.
I don't know if it's record holding.
I don't know. It's record-holding for me, Randy.
It is rather large.
It is, like, super-duper big. No, I don't think it's record-holding, but other than for me. Not gonna lie, Penny, I read as the meat in our chili, we use Satan. So, yeah, I'm not sure what that is, but...
Boy, does it make it spicy.
That's a pretty spicy chili.
My chili's so hot, you'll see see the devil.
Right? You should see the freaking zucchinis we get on literally baseball bats, right?
Oh yeah, no, I believe that.
Now, I've grown some huge zucchini before, but this was the first year that I've like really grown sweet potatoes. Well, certainly the first year that I grew them in straw bales, and I think that really made a difference for how they came out. Mm-hmm. Summer in the hills. Sam says, you make that look so easy. If it were me, I would have paint everywhere. It's, having the elevation raised does make a difference. And also, sometimes it does get down in the little crevices. And you can kind of just get in there and, like, scrape it out or wipe it off. Just do however. Bye, Carol. Amanda asks, totally off track, how did you like your Blue Apron box meals? Well, not well enough to keep doing it, honestly. It was nice the 2 week. They were okay. They were overpriced, actually, compared to, like, actually doing grocery shopping. And it's like, the picture would be like of like a rigatoni type pasta with like all these different colored vegetables and stuff in it, and then the reality of what I got in the box was the same like super basic tube noodles. And it's not even like they were like very fancy like multi-grain or anything. They were just regular. Do what?
It's not like they were very fancy tube noodles.
No, well, I mean, for $10 a person, I expect some fancy noodles. Um, and it just, I don't know, we decided to just do meal plans and to, do more meal prep stuff, because that's probably the thing that I liked the best about the Blue Apron was that things were prepared and divvied up, and it was like a plan. It's like it was telling me, okay, I'm going to eat these 3 meals at some point this week. And so just having to sit down and make the meal plan was the hard part. But now that we kind of follow it a little bit, that's been helping tremendously. Have you tried Alclad 2 metal paints best with airbrush? I haven't. Was it enough for the both of you? Yeah, the portions were really good. Honestly though, as far as like I did add vegetables in from the garden to kind of make it more. But even just as is, it averaged out to about 700 calories or more per plate. And I felt like that was kind of calorie dense. I usually try to keep our dinners around 500 to 600 calories. And that was without adding any like fats or calories from the cooking oils or anything like that. So, Right on. Ian says, "Oh, that would never work with my hubby. He likes food too much at like at least 1,200." And that's, yeah. It's Randy and I eat pretty frequently throughout the day whenever we're on a meal plan. So we try to kind of, it almost feels like we're eating all day, but it really helps. Kind of curb my appetite a little bit, so I'm not like I must eat 30 pounds of everything. And doing all the meal prep, there's not nearly as much dishes or anything like that. So Melissa says, "Hey Vaughn, I loved your flat wire bracelet tutorial. Have you ever tried working with the artistic wires flat wire? It comes in 3mm and 5mm. It's coated like parawire." I have. I really like it. It holds up really well, and I like the different colors that it comes in. Though I've found the coating doesn't hold up as well to the hammering, but you can still get some pretty cool different effects that way. But it's really nice that it comes in that 3mm size too. Coffee time. My ex called my chili pretentious chili. What? Yeah. Won't you spare me over till another year? What is this that I can't see with ice cold hands taking hold of me? Well, I am death and none can excel. I open the door to heaven or hell. The children prayed, the preacher preached. Time and mercy are out of your reach. Oh, 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 Dad. Oh, Dad. Won't you spare me over till another year? Won't you spare me over till another year? No wealth, no ruin, no riches, no gold. Nothing satisfies me but your soul. Oh, Dad. Oh, Dad. Won't you spare me over another year? Melissa, she said, "I've had that song stuck in my head since the other day's stream. Oh, death, love, oh, brother, where art thou, though?" I know, right? I remember watching Oh, Brother, Where Art Thou the first time with my dad, and just him singing along to the music. Because he had a big, like, basso, like, deep singing voice. And it was just memories, like, so much. And then, Randy and I watch it together, and he's hilarious. He does, like, the voices and stuff, and it's a seriously classic movie. Good story, good acting, good music, all around. Very good. And I have, and oh my gosh, I love the Disturbed's version of like his rendition, their rendition, I guess, of The Sound of Silence. It's his voice, though. Oh my god. Goals, singing goals. Like that's, I don't know. I guess a lot of folks try to, ladies especially that I've been around in like choir and stuff. They all try to sing very, very high. And it's like, I wish I could sing like super deep, like resonant, you know, deep in my chest kind of. That's my goals. Because I like the way it sounds better, I think. Like, I like the way it feels to like rumble. Won't you spare me over another year? Go to sleep, little baby. Go to sleep, little baby. Mama's gonna away and your daddy's gonna stay. Didn't leave no other loving baby. Don't you weep, little baby. Go to sleep, pretty baby. Mama's long gone with her red shoes on. Gonna get a bottle for the baby. Go to sleep, little baby. Don't you weep, little baby. Everybody's gone in the cotton and the corn. Didn't leave nobody but the baby. Go to sleep, little baby. Don't you weep, little baby. You and me and the devil makes three. Don't need no other loving baby. Go to sleep, little baby. Don't you weep, pretty baby. Lay your bones on the alabaster stones and be my ever-loving baby.
When's the last time they were let out?
This morning. No, you let them out before the live stream, so 3 hours. They could probably do to go out again. Yep. Melissa says, Vaughn, what do you think about doing giveaways on Instagram to grow followers and attention to one's business? Ever done this? Good or bad idea?
Are we dead?
You and me?
Yeah.
No, why would we be dead?
Because it's been foggy for like 4 days.
Worse things could happen.
It's all Silent Hill outside.
It's all Silent Hill outside. Yeah, we're dead. Well, we have pretty decent internet being dead and all.
No, it's not bad.
I can dig it. They still charged our card for groceries if we're dead. This is just like real life. What were we talking about? What's going on? Oh, giveaways on Instagram. The hard part with giveaways is to on Instagram and Facebook is still, it's difficult to track who's involved. You know, because it's like on Facebook, if somebody else shares it and people comment on that share thread as opposed to the original thread, it's really hard for me to kind of like track it down. It's also, if you make the stipulation, oh, well, you have to be a follower and you have to have liked and you have to have shared, it makes it, again, really difficult to be able to track that down. So usually for stuff on Instagram, I just make it a requirement that they don't have to comment. necessarily, but that they do have to like to participate. They do have to like the post, which is easily trackable. And they also have to be a follower, like become a follower to win. And so that way you can go through and do like a random number generator and be like, if you've got like 100 followers, you set the random blah blah. You set the random number generator 1 to 100, and then you have it pick a number, and then you count down from the top or from wherever you decide. So let's say that we got like a 25. So I'd count down to the 25th person, and then I would check and see if they liked the post. And be like, okay, they did, so that's our winner. And that's how I would do it on either Facebook or Instagram. Or you could do it to where instead of going through your followers list, you go through the people who liked it. And so again, being like, so we got number 17, of all the people who liked it. And then I would count down to the 17th, check and see if they're a follower, and be like, okay, that's our winner. So that's how I would go about doing that. But the commenting just gets really hard to keep track of. And then you can also post incentives to be like, we'll give away one of the thing if we get 100 likes. If we hit 200 likes, I'll give two of the thing away. And that's more of an incentive to get people to like, but doesn't make it a requirement for them to do so, which again makes it even easier for you to kind of keep track. I'm glad you think those are good points, Melissa. And then she says, so you would say it's a good idea if I keep it simple like that? Yes, for sure. The simpler you can make it on the people participating in your giveaway, the simpler you're making it on you. And at least for me, it's like I get super overwhelmed super fast. And then like Facebook stops showing me stuff, and then it's like, gosh, nub it. Hey Anne, how's it going? So there we go. It's all painted. So we did it. We painted all the different things. Keely says, Yvonne, do you normally use just one coat of paint on leather, and what do you use as a sealer? I do typically just do one coat of paint on the leather, but I try to use higher pigmented paints because it penetrates really well that first layer. It's the multiple layers that start building on top of each other. Welcome back, Brooke. And that's whenever you're going to start getting cracking, you're going to get stuff flaking off. Whereas on a single layer like this, the color may not be as intense as if I did two colors, but I can fold it like this. No cracking. So that makes me super happy. Yep. Just nice and smooth. And then the acrylic Resolene doesn't react negatively with the acrylic paints, and it penetrates really well. So, and it's designed to be used in multiple layers on the leather and stuff. So I hope that answers your question pretty well. Hey doggies. Okay, so I got my brush washed out. We get to actually start cutting straps now. Okay, so I'm tired. Let's check out these antlers though. I really like how this came out. I decided not to stain this one, to just leave it kind of a natural leather color. And I'm pretty pleased with how it came out. Derp, derp, derp. Now I gotta go run in front of other people's cars. Other people's cars. Da, 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 da. Lay your bones on the alabaster stones and be my ever-loving baby. La la da 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 da. well, thanks, Melissa. It could be cold and feet of snow. Right on. Yeah, that's, I don't know. It's kind of, I don't mind cold weather. I do mind the snow. And it's something that, like, here, it gets pretty cold. Typically, we only have, like, 1 or 2, like, bad ice storms. But the rest of the time, it's just cold. But not, like, hurt your face cold, just freeze the pipes cold. And this is as cold as I would ever want it to get. But much farther south, and it's like you get hurricanes and tornadoes in like January. And it's like, I don't want to mess with all that. Vaughn, you do amazing crafting work. I've used some of your crafting techniques on some of my Native American regalia. Just had to say thank you. Well, right on. Thanks, Sing and Feather. I'm glad I've been helpful to you. Hear your breath actually freezes solid in your hair. Yeah, right? Wait till you have hot flashes. Yeah, that's fair. But that's why some of my friends keep chainmail scarves in their freezers. So they'll just take the metal out and then they'll just like drape it around themselves. So I've been getting hot flashes like ever since I hit puberty, honestly. Like it's because like one of my friends who was hitting menopause at the time looked at me and she was like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "My blood just turned to lava. I'll be fine in a minute." And she was like, "How are you getting hot flashes?" And I was like, "Hormones!" Sheila asked if I made the antlers from polymer clay. No, they're made out of rubber, like the same material as like rubber chickens. So it's like you can take them, you can sorry for that face. You can whop them on the table, you can bend them, all kinds of stuff. I really like these. Now I'm gonna be doing a tutorial on how to modify store-bought I've been getting them since I was 12, and, like, I'm not even kidding. So, I have gotten hot flashes since I was hit by lightning. That's a hell of a hot flash. Can you show the middle of that piece? It's a little filigree piece that I filled in with white nail polish to give it an effect of, like, I don't know. I wanted to play off of the white of the antlers. Do you ever try to do any business promotions for Small Business Weekend? I think it's toward the end of November. Sorry for all the business questions. I don't mind questions at all, Melissa. I don't, and honestly, it's because I'm lazy. I'm really not that great at following marketing trends. I find what's working for me, and I try to do that consistently. And some part of it kind of feels like it's really easy to get lost in the kind of hype of like Cyber Monday. It's like, I'm doing a Cyber Monday sale. I'm not saying that I am. I might. I don't know what I'm going to be doing that weekend. But it's like if everybody is doing a Cyber Monday sale, you kind of get caught up and like lost in the, it's like a Black Friday. You can only really go to so many stores. So it's like I don't actually focus too much on capitalizing off of the holidays or off of sale weekends, because I feel like as a small business, I do kind of just slip through the cracks. I try to just kind of keep it steady throughout the rest of the year as opposed to having a big chunk. So, however, this will be our first Christmas season with a very big online following. So I am definitely going to be like posting a ton of stuff to our Etsy store, trying to get sales made on there. Now it's in anticipation for the wonderful consumerism that is Christmas, which, don't get me wrong, I love a ton of presents under the tree, but it's I'm gonna be, whenever we get back from Memphis, probably after Thanksgiving, I'm gonna be trying to post at least one item a day onto our Etsy store, possibly more if I can keep up with it. Kind of is it snowing?
Probably.
I can see how it looks like that in the picture. It is not snowing here. It's just magically grainy right there and over the windows. It's not snowing. I don't want it to be snowing. It doesn't... It's cold enough.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Gross. Go away, winter. Don't want. Sorry. No, we don't have a fence there. Yeah, it's wet outside. Don't freak me out. I don't want it to snow. If it snowed, it wouldn't stick. It's okay. Yeah, that's fair. But, no, okay, so the way I attach to these is you can kind of see in here. There's a little strip that's going through the base of the antlers. They are not real antlers. They're little rubber chicken antlers. And I have the straps riveted here and here. The strap going through. Yeah, no sympathy for us, Penny. And that's kind of holding them on to the base. And then they're just kind of poking through. And then whenever you have it on your head, like, because you can see, like, there's not a whole lot of movement because it's pinned between, you know, onto my head. You can also, no reason saying you can't wear them like this. That looks pretty cool too. I kind of prefer the more upright look. Well, thanks, Penny. I got these antlers from the Spirit Halloween store. Moose. But yeah, whenever it's off your head, they're kind of wiggly floppy. But then I just have a rivet through right here, and then a rivet there and there. And I actually need to go ahead and attach the elastic to this. I'm so excited we get to do these pauldrons. And Randy's like, I just want my phone back.
No, it's fine.
You sure?
Mm-hmm.
Well, then we're doing these pauldrons. Oh boy, it's 5 o'clock. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to put some on Z and Sam. Now, we're coming up on the 3-hour mark. And I need to take a bit of a stretch and like go outside and walk around with my chickens for a bit before the sun completely sets. I think we're having chicken, sweet potatoes, and green beans for dinner. And well, thanks you guys so much for hanging out with me. And we'll see you all for part 2 of Con Crunch on Thursday. Probably going to start streaming at 2 p.m. or 1400. I don't know how to tell military time. But yeah, on Thursday in the afternoon, Central Time. But bye, everybody. Bye. Happy crafting.